I'm going to get into a short here. I'm going to break my rules a little bit. I normally don't get in when it's potential market maker manipulation time, but we are just turning over so clearly here. Let me get into one contract. I'll just get into one contract and we'll start here. I just want to show you how absolutely, this is so cool. All right, so why are we getting into this trade? What is this trade? All this stuff. And you can see I'm going to pay a little bit for it because I'm getting in early. Okay, so no big deal. Kind of knew that, so no big deal. I just want to get into this thing with one tester, and then I'll jump. And then once we come down and we break a little bit further, I will add one more position. Okay. I'll add up to 3 contracts. But again, I'm not here to teach you how to trade. We are a software company that make amazing tools for traders. I think sometimes people get us confused with like folks that sell trading courses and stuff. We don't do that. We make amazing trading tools for traders. So whether you trade options or futures, we're trading ES right here. ES, okay? And I'm getting into one contract. Let me tell you why I'm getting into one contract. Here we go. We got a red background. The bears are in control. Can't make it any simpler with the Maverick AI Pro background. Look at this. Green, red. Okay. Green background, red background. Very, very simple to understand. The second thing is we have red candles. This is your first red candle since, I don't know, 9:40 a.m. And now it is 2:10. Okay, so it's been what, 10, 11, 12? It's been about 5 hours since our last red candle. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles like a heat map. Look at this. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Okay. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Let's find some pink. Well, this is pre-market, but if we go back to like yesterday, although I don't know, was yesterday a pretty green day? I'm trying to remember. Here you go. Here's some pink during lunchtime. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. I think yesterday was very bullish. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Hot pink is your strongest downside data candle. Gray we just don't get into. Gray's like indecision or reversal. We don't get into gray. People say, hey, how do I stay out of chop? Well, don't get into gray candles. How do I stay out of chop? Don't get into gray candles. How do I stay out of chop? Don't get into gray candles, right? Okay. So let me straighten this out. Let me clean up my chart here with all my drawings. All right, beautiful. Okay, so we got a red background. The bears are in control. Okay. Got red candles, your second strongest downside data candle. We got a B setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick radar down here. What the Maverick radar is doing is it's going through a bunch of your indicators and it's grading each one down here. And it gives you an overall grade. It's either saying you don't have a setup, you have a B setup, or you have an A+ setup. Right now we have a B setup to the downside. Actually, let's see here. I want to see a nice push, and then got down confidence arrow. I'm going to add a second position here, guys. Okay, and right now we have a B setup to the downside. If we have no setup, I'm not thinking about getting in. A B setup, ooh, my eyes are open. An A+ setup, of course, we love us a good A+ setup, right? This is the ultimate confirmer of what you think you're seeing, right? Okay. And then up here, if you go up here, we got the Maverick Multi-X. By the way, all our indicators in the Ultimate Edge bundle work on NinjaTrader and TradingView. And the Maverick Multi-X, I want you to think of T1 through T5 as traders. They're algorithms and they're modeled after certain types of trading styles, if you will, or things they look for. And they're voting across 6 time frames. Right now I got it set for the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute chart, 5 minute chart, 10 minute, and 15 minute time frame. But you can set these for higher time frames if you want. And these 5 traders are all voting across those 6 time frames. You can actually add a 7th time frame if you want. And here's the thing, they all have a completely different style. And they're voting across if they're bearish or bullish. And right now they're all pretty much bearish, except for Trader 5 is a little bullish on the, was that the 15-minute chart. But they're pretty much all bearish. They're pretty much all bearish. And what's cool about this, and I keep pointing this out, is that if I put you in the room with 5 other traders and they were all bearish, Would that give you confidence to go to the downside? Probably. But what's cool about these 5 traders is they have zero emotion. They are completely driven by data. So they don't have fear of missing out. They don't missee things. They are completely driven by data, which is awesome. Okay. And then you have the Maverick trender down here. When you get these flat tops, that's showing massive strength and momentum. Look at, since here, what has price done? Came down. And it goes the opposite for green, right? From here to here, what did price do? Okay. Maverick trender, you'll always see these this on my chart. I don't trade without it. It's a big heads up of the trend, if you will, and momentum to the upside or to the downside. Okay. So we got a red background, the bears are in control, red candles, your second strongest downside data candle. You got a B setup to the downside. So I love me a good B setup. All 5 traders are pretty darn bearish across 6 time frames. Okay. And then Maverick trenders pegged to the top. What we're doing here is we're stacking probability. We talk about this every day. I feel like stacking probability. We're stacking probability in our favor. If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it looks like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? Okay. Well, if you have a red background, if you have red candles, if you have a B set up to the downside, if Maverick trenders pegged to the top, and all 5 traders now are voting bearish across 6 time frames, look what's happening. You know what I mean? And this isn't rocket science, right? Okay. And now we're coming down to a weak zone. This is the Maverick zones. Okay. It's auto drawing your support and resistance zones. We no longer have to draw our support and resistance zones. How cool is that? The Maverick zones is saying, hey, where is your highest probability zones? And then how big should they be? See how this one's skinnier than this one? And then what's the probability of price holding or breaking? Right now you got a 60% score. Anything less than 90% is game for breaking. Anything greater than 90% is like a brick wall. So if we were coming down here, I don't care if we had hot pink candles, if we were coming down here and this didn't say 60, it said like 95, I would not take a trade into this zone. Because just like the analogy I always give, if you're new to the channel, it's like this, like a 300-mile-an-hour sports car. When it hits the brick wall, what's it going to do? It's just going to pancake out, or it's going to bounce right off, right? But you got a low zone score here. So I could see us breaking this for sure. Okay. Now, will we just break right through it? Nah, that's not how the market works, right? We'll probably hit it. There's orders here. There is a zone here, and we'll have to chew through those zones to get to the next spot. Let me get this take profit out of the way. You guys know I just hit the close button. Okay. And very cool. So those of you who signed up for the waiting list for the Maverick Gamma Pro, we're still working on that. Promise you, we're going to get that out to you soon. If you're not hip on what we posted in the forum, essentially, we figured out a way. We're pretty much ready to launch this thing, right? The Maverick Gamma Pro. And if you're not familiar with that, go back to yesterday's video or the day before. Or last Friday, we passed a $50,000 eval challenge in one day. And I gave a sneak peek to the Maverick Gamma Pro. It's going to be first available to any member of any bundle of ours for a while. Early access, discount, the whole nine. But we figured out a way to make it more affordable for you guys where you don't have to pay for extra data. So it added a few weeks to the development of this product, or rather to get it out to you guys. But we think it's going to be well worth it. I can't talk today. Well worth it because of the value that it's going to bring to your charts, and that you won't have to pay extra for data. We're going to crunch all the numbers for you. We actually built an in-house server to do all that. And we're pretty darn excited. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the previous videos, and we give sneak peeks of the Maverick Gamma Pro, which is essentially market maker dealer levels on your chart. Will not replace any of the indicators that you guys use now. We're still going to use our Maverick zones. We're still going to use our Maverick AI Pro, our Maverick radar, all 5 traders up here. We're still going to use all that stuff. All right. Ooh, I love seeing pink. Please give me pink. Let's go. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. And I got a pretty tight stop here. So I would just love for this thing to flush down. So pretty cool. I would love for it to flush down too, because I'm also in a credit spread, a call credit spread. So I want price to come down either way, right? Just one contract I got into on a call credit spread earlier. SPX, for those of you who are curious, well, what do you trade options? SPX. I like SPX because of the no assignment rules, and one contract on a credit spread. It's very favorable. So and we can talk about that another time. Again, we are a software company. We make amazing tools for traders. We don't sell any trading courses or anything like that, but I do know that there is a little bit of demand for us to go over kind of a options boot camp of some sort. So we might do that in the future. I know a lot of you guys trade futures and options. Obviously, futures, has the prop firm world, so that's really great. And then obviously options, if you're trading credit spreads, it's got to be a cash account. So with margin, so you can sell those spreads. So when I do that, just so you know, when I do trade options, I use TradingView as my charting, and then I trade on thinkorswim. Don't ask me any questions about brokers. I have always been with thinkorswim. I've never, I'm sure there's other brokers out there that maybe their commissions are better or something. I don't know. I like them because if I ever have a problem with my account, I can just call them, and you get a human on the phone immediately. So we're not affiliated with them or anything like that. Just who I've used for a while, but not a recommendation. Do your own research, yada, yada, yada. All right, so this thing's going to just move slow. And look, we are not confused whatsoever. See how we're just stopping right on this zone? The whole world is like, oh, is the move over? Oh, we just got stopped right here, and now we're coming up. The move must be done. This must be the bottom. We're not going to go any further. And what are you doing? You're going, nah, I got a zone right here. I know there's a zone. I kind of almost expected to get stopped right here for at least a little bit. I know my zone score is only in the 60s, so we could totally break through this zone. It's just going to take a little while, right? And this zone was drawn. When was this zone drawn? This zone was drawn at 7:15 a.m. So cool. And by the way, prices below the Maverick guide. I hardly talk about the Maverick guide anymore, but I always forget to mention it. But we like to go short when price is below this blue line. We like to go long when price is above the blue line. A little scalp there, long above the blue line, short below it. And this is 8 a.m. We don't get into gray candles, by the way. Long below it, long above it. Okay, short below it. So it's kind of one of our things that we look for. All right. Hot pink candles, let's go. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pretty cool. Oh, and we're getting upgraded, folks, by the way, to an A+ setup. I like seeing that. Now, this calculates every single tick, right? So every single tick this calculates. So it could go between an A and a B, or a B and no signal. Calculates every single tick. You can change that, but I like it per tick. Okay. All right, hot pink candles. Love seeing it. Here we go. Let's rock down. Now look at your zone score. 50, it's dropping. How cool is that your zone score is dropping? Okay, but we got to chew through these orders so we can get to the next zone, right? Okay. All right, so listen, I'm going to leave my chart up here because I think this is going to move slow for the rest of the day. If you're looking for a little bit more edge on your charts, again, not financial advice, do your own research, never any guarantees in any market. If you're not a member, man, don't miss out on the Maverick AI Pro, the early access. This is going to be a game changer for so many folks, and just come check us out. All right, not financial advice. Do your own research. Never any guarantees in any market. But man, I just love these tools, And I know so many of you guys do too. By the way, congrats to all of you that have been passing evals this week. It's mind-blowing. It's just the coolest thing. Keep those wins coming. Make sure you're emailing those to support. We share those with the team, especially right now when we're working mornings, late nights to get the Maverick AI Pro out. It's just so awesome to read those things. We just absolutely, it makes our day. Yeah, it's just so cool. And by the way, we are, oh gosh, hopefully, I think in September is when we're going to start this. We're going to launch a whole program where we want to celebrate with you when you get funded or when you get a payout. We want to ship you something. We want to really look. Trading sometimes can be a lonely road, and we want to celebrate with you when you get a win. So more to come on that. We got some Maverick swag. It's going to be pretty exciting. I think it's pretty cool. So stay tuned on that. Pay attention to the forum area in the members area on WAP. And so all that stuff. I'll put all the links in the description just so you guys have them. All right. So come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.